Hello, friends. Today I'm here to talk about a very interesting service that we created for our clients based on certain challenges that our clients were experiencing with talent integration into their organization. Before I go into the service, I just want to give a little preamble in terms of where the need came from and what are the kind of challenges that many of you quite likely are going to be experiencing or are already experiencing these in your organizations. Uh, when we hire at leadership levels, uh, it is extremely hard to find the right leadership talent in the market who would actually fit the job profile that an organization is looking for. So when you actually find someone and you find that person suitable to come into your organization and take on this senior level or C-suite role, uh, one of the and you end up paying actually these search executive search firm or some of the leading search firms charge anywhere between 30 to 35% of the cost to company of these CXOs, which sometimes run in to 50 to 50 lakhs to about maybe 100 lakhs in terms of fees just to find the CXO for the organization. And when the CXO comes into the organization, all that the executive search firms give is about a 6 month insurance cover that in the event of the CXO either not joining or leaving within 6 months, they will replace with another candidate for free because they have already charged you that particular service fee for executive search. Now, the executive search firm does not take accountability for the success of this leader into the organization. At the same time, the entire ownership of integration of the leader into the organization's culture, making sure that he or she is successful in their jobs, is entirely left to the hiring organization. Uh, and that is where we experience with some of our clients uh, that lots of senior leaders come into this organization, which is growing at a very fast pace, and in about 9 to 12 months or maybe 14 months, tend to leave the organization either because they don't feel comfortable in the organization's culture and fabric and the aggressive nature in which this client of ours was operating, or in many cases, they came from a very different culture and environment and were expecting to create a similar culture and environment into this new organization, which was contrary to the vision and the strategic objectives of the client organization. So, interestingly, it was neither the fault of the client organization nor that of the candidate, but somehow there wasn't a cultural fit. Even if the people who were hired had the right skills and capabilities, they were not the right culture fit into the organization. And as a result, the organization hired very good senior talent who came into the right companies that they wanted to work for with the right compensation packages and the right positions that they were looking for. However, did not fit in, or the organization environment was not suitable for them, hence they left. So, who is the loser in this? I think both are losers because the senior leader made a choice in his or her career to join this organization, but could not sustain beyond 12 to 18 months and left the organization. And number two, the organization that was hiring this talent also has lost significant time and opportunity because continuity of business is impacted by leadership changes. Now, what is the solution to a problem like this? And that is where we as Planet Ganges Consulting stepped in and designed a very innovative service which helped in CXO integration. And I'm very happy to share with you that amongst the 21 integrations that we did in the last 24 months, not a single CXO ever left the organization. And in the last 24 months, every leader who Planet Ganges Consulting has integrated into the client organizations, and these are five different client organizations, all of them have not only stayed with the company, but they've been immensely successful in actually contributing and growing to the business. The question is, what is it that Planet Ganges Consulting did? And in a minute, I will just share with you what was the approach that we took and how did we actually solve this problem. Now, here is what Parent Ganges Consulting actually did, and this was a very interesting approach that we created based on the understanding of what our different clients were experiencing. And these are five clients in this particular scenario. And we approached this using a very simple and effective process, which actually worked very well, not only for the clients, but also the senior executives who were a part of the organization. The first thing was focus on leadership integration. So, what do we need to do to integrate these leaders into the culture and fabric of the organization? The first thing that we looked at is what is the culture of the organization, the team, and the stakeholder group into which this senior leader was getting into. What is that culture he or she is going to experience? And second, we also looked at the leader's own profile using Hogan to understand their job fit, their behavior fit, and their environment fit into the organization that they chose to come into. While we did not make the choice of the leader, and the companies or the clients in question had actually already hired these senior leaders, our job was to make sure that these senior leaders were actually successful in whatever role they were hired into. Based on the culture assessment and the leadership assessment that we did, we created an integration profile for the candidate, and we also got a sign off from the sponsor, which is the CEO of the business, as to what is it that we need to do in order to make this leader successful. What are the red flags that could come forth based on the leadership profile that the leader carries? And what are the cultural nuances that this leader, because of his or her leadership profile, is likely to experience some challenges as he or she is going to integrate into the organization team and work with the stakeholder group. These red, yellow, green flags were called out well in advance to create sensitivity and understanding in the client organization that there was some adjustment and changes they would need to make in order to accommodate this leader and allow this leader enough time to settle down into his or her job. And after doing that, we spent a lot of time in initiating what we call the leaders assimilation by providing every leader an assimilation coach who worked with this leader to help this leader understand their own leadership profile and also understand that the culture and the kind of organization they have actually entered into and the kind of challenges they are likely to experience in view of their own personality styles and the unique culture that the organization that they chose to join actually has. In order to help the leader navigate these, there were unlimited assimilation sessions that we did with the leader to help him or her understand. And second, we did tripartite meetings with the sponsor to help the sponsor also understand the challenges that this leader could be experiencing or is experiencing, so that certain roadblocks could be removed by the sponsor in order to enable the senior leader to integrate. We also did shadowing sessions with the leaders sitting through their monthly meetings, their quarterly reviews, and understanding the processes that the leader was setting forth into the organization to delegate and empower their teams to work, and the cultural nuances around that. And alongside that, we also organized four different new leader assimilation sessions, two with team members and two with peer groups, every quarter over a 12-month period, to ensure that adequate feedback was being gathered on a timely basis and relayed back to the leader for him or her to change their styles in order to be more effective in the given culture and environment. And as a result of the 12-month journey, the final output was a second leadership profile of the leader in terms of where they were to where they are now, and also get the sponsor sign off in terms of how well the leader has actually integrated into the organization based on not only the feedback given by the leader himself or herself or the sponsor, but also various stakeholders through the new leadership assimilation meetings and the insights that were drawn from. So, through this comprehensive process, Planet Ganges Consulting was able to successfully integrate 21 leaders in five different client organizations, all of them at senior leadership levels, with compensation packages just for a sense of understanding of seniority, excess of 2 crores of annual salary, ensuring that these leaders were successful in their role and were effective in what they did. Now, going back to the very theme of CXO integration, this is a very important topic and a very important challenge that many client organizations are experiencing. And I'm quite sure you might be one of those client organizations that is also experiencing similar challenges in integrating your senior leaders. If you are, then I can assure you that Planet Ganges Consulting is most likely your effective partner in helping you integrate your senior talent into your organization. If you want to reach out to us, you could directly contact me through LinkedIn, looking out for Anand Bhaskar, CEO of Planet Ganges, or visit our website www.pgcin.com and submit an inquiry form, and a member from my team will get back to you. Thank you very much for listening in.